What's going on, champs and chambits? It's FireMonkey here. It's currently 11:33 p.m. my time. However, I wanted to hop over on Destiny 2 with their brand new season, Season of the Witch, in order to experience a very specific campaign edition, or, a revival that is supposed to have some extra bits of lore and everything else re-added to it to kind of hype up the final shape, which is going to be coming out very soon. Now, I've already pre-ordered the final shape. I mean, it's got my boy Cayde-6 in it, so of course I gotta, purchase it. We also have 3 episodes and everything being planned for the final shape and everything else, but you might have noticed I got a little excited about Cayde-6, and that is because we are going all the way back over here to Forsaken for the Cayde's Fate mission. Now, if you go ahead and look through all of this stuff, we have all the old, stuff and everything else. We don't have any actual, missions that you can replay before Forsaken, but we can do this mission for Forsaken right here, which is none other than Cayde's Fate's mission, and this is the final moments, and you get to kind of, relive it with, the Hunter Vanguard Cayde-6. Now, it does mention that we will get some extra little bits of lore and everything else, so I'm excited to see what we actually end up finding out and discovering through revisiting the Cayde's Fate mission, or, going back to that mission for the first time in a pretty long time. Now, I did accidentally load into it before I started the recording, so I'm hoping that the intro cinematic still plays out properly. If not, then, oh well. But yeah, I'm excited to get into this and relive one of the old missions as a hunter main myself. If we go ahead and look here at my glow stick looking ass, we are going to be diving into an amazing world here when it comes to Destiny 2. Now, of course, I'm just a little excited because it's Cayde-6 at the end of the day, and I'm Cayde-6 simp, okay? I mean, I know I joke on my friends being like, hey, Cayde-6 dead, but I love Cayde-6. Anyways, here we go. Look at him.
Cayde-6 was the Hunter Vanguard, a mentor to every hunter in the town.
Yep. Love Cayde-6. Hunter main right here.
An infamous daredevil, a dependable fire team member,
I've been a hunter since D1.
and our dear friend. He never missed a chance to make light of the situation, even in dark times. Our responsibilities weighed on all of us.
Indeed it
He
did.
tried his best to ease that burden. Cayde's final mission was to prevent a breakout at the Prison of Elders in the Reef. Things didn't go as planned.
My heart. My heart. Alright, it's time to get into the actual mission. Now, I am excited for the final shape. I am indeed excited for it. I'm ready to play through all of this stuff, figure out the story and everything else going on, and seeing how they, do the episodes and the whole entire expansions and everything else post the final shape. But right now, life falls in a spot where I'm, not too interested in it, so having these missions I can go back and revisit and just being able to, see Cayde-6 again in his natural habitat is a fun time, and I feel like I'm going to end up replaying this mission so many times just for Cayde. I don't care if it gets insanely repetitive or anything else. I need to just, have some fun playing through the mission and everything and playing with Cayde. But this feels weird. It feels weird to be back in this mission because I have vague memories of going down this exact corridor back a long time ago, and yet here, I'm able to, just play it like normal. I'm able to just continue playing the game and having fun, and experiencing something that was at one point put into the Destiny content vault. Now, I'm understanding that, I could use my super ability here, but I'm a little bit extra, and let's be honest here, my weapons are very powerful, so I'm just going to keep that blinking pop-up there, but it is kind of annoying me, so you know what, let me just, let's just get rid of it. Let's just get rid of the pop-up. I know I was like, yeah, I don't need to pop up, and then I was like, you know what, actually, on second thought, but listen, okay, it's just because I'm, being a little bit extra, I gotta be a little bit saucy for the whole entire Cayde-6 journey. You guys understand the whole entire reasoning, right? You understand all of this. Now, I think it's interesting to do this mission with current meta Destiny 2, and me being able just to kind of run around with the Osteo, which is a funny thing here. If you look at how many enemies I've defeated, I make it my goal to make the Osteo my main weapon in the entire game, and I refuse to use other weapons. I don't care if I'm doing a raid or whatever, right? If it's with friends, I'm going to use the Osteo. Now, if I am playing with randoms, right? If I'm doing an LFG or something, which, if I'm doing an LFG, then I'm already long gone because, oh my god, that's scary. But, even with that stuff, I would make sure that, if I'm with randoms, okay, I'll go ahead, do a little bit of better loadout. But if I'm just sitting here and I am playing, Gambit, Crucible, we're doing just normal missions or whatever, open world activities, I'm going to use the Osteo. It's just my personality trait here, and I must use this weapon until the day that I die. Now, of course, you know, I switch it up every once in a while. I have a few weapons here and there, some catalysts and stuff to use, but look at him. Look at him, Cayde! Oh, clear away debris. Yeah, okay, come on, hurry up. Hurry up, there we go. Let's get the mission going. Let's get all this stuff through here. It feels so weird just seeing Cayde again out of nowhere, you know, and it's like as if he was always alive. He was never dead. But it's like obviously things have changed since then. We are sitting here in an era where this man's not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be looking at you, but I am. And it's nice to see you come out of that content vault, you know. But the thing that makes me wonder is, if you can come out of the content vault, will all of you come out of the content vault? Will all the old missions one day just be DLCs you can download, uninstall, install whenever you want or something? Who knows? Ah, man. I love that. I just love this mission, you know. I'm getting memories and stuff of like the whole red button thing and everything else. And it just feels good. Feels good seeing it. I am going to turn the game volume up a little bit more for you guys, so hopefully you can hear everything better. But, you know, hopefully it doesn't make the audio out of whack, because if that happens, then oops, you know, that's a failure on my part, feller. But I think we will be fine. Now, come on, there you are. Break all of that goodness down there. Go ahead and do some eliminations, you know, some pretty easy peasy things. And then this will be, you know, the second clearing and everything. Now, one thing I always know about games, I don't remember if it's like that for this mission, but typically a lot of things in, like, gaming and in movies and everything else go by the rule of threes. So we might have a fourth, or I guess a third wave where it's like, you know, 4 of them total, and then it's done then. But, of course, you know, that's one thing you can keep in mind whenever you play games is rule of threes. However, it appears here, it's only 2. Alright, I kind of forgot about that. Cayde!
Where it's supposed to be, but now it's asking me for some kind of secondary activation.
Oh,
Should
God.
be a terminal you can use out on the catwalks. I'll cover you from here.
Noted, noted.
Turn the turrets on.
Alright, get me out.
You and me, good team.
Yeah, we are a good team, Cayde. Thank you. Thank you for getting the door for me. I appreciate it very much, my friend.
Turrets have a
Alright, let's continue onwards. It feels so weird. It feels weird to me seeing Cayde just there again. And you know, I can listen to him. And I'll probably play this mission so much, they're gonna have to make a title for how many completions of Cayde's Fate you've done. Because I'm not leaving. They have to force me away from here. The only thing that would take me away from this mission is Gambit, because Gambit is the best mode in Destiny. Now understand, listen, I get it, you know, you're probably going to hear that, you're probably an active Destiny player, and you're like, no it's not. But I love Gambit, okay? I don't care if Destiny themselves, Bungie, has gone out and said, yeah, Gambit's kind of dead. You know, it's like, no one's really playing Gambit anymore, we have no plans for it, you know, we're probably going to end up removing it, blah, blah, blah. Now, they didn't directly say they would remove it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But it's like, you know, whoa. He got louder than I expected there. But it's like, even if Gambit's kind of dying out, I will play it until it's on its last breath. Because if Gambit has 1 million fans, I'm one of them. If Gambit has 1 fan, I'm one of them. If Gambit has no fans, it's because I'm dead. And that's just how it's gotta be. I know we're talking about Gambit and a mission about Cayde, and I'm always like, you know, I love Cayde. But it's like, that's the only, you know, 2 things I'm going to be getting out of Destiny 2 Season of the Witch. We're going to be playing Cayde's mission, and we're going to be playing Gambit. That's it. Don't need anything else. Seasonal activity? Meh, not needed. What we do need as a seasonal activity is the weekly Cayde completion for a free Ace of Spades exotic. You know, give it a catalyst, another one, whatever else, do whatever you need to do, and just give it to us. I don't even know if Ace of Spades has a catalyst, does it? I mean, I have it right here. I'm pretty sure it would have a catalyst. Yep, I have a catalyst actually for it. Okay, as you guys can see, I am a epic gamer, of course. Now, I did claim Ace of Spades recently through the whole entire, like, archive system or whatever, you know, like the exotic cipher system, because I just have a stash of just exotic ciphers and stuff, and I was surprised I didn't even have Ace of Spades yet, so, you know, of course I went ahead and claimed that and all that goodness. But yeah, it wasn't an interesting spot where I was like, I don't own this yet? Was there a mission for it that probably would have made it easier to get? Probably. But at the same time, you know, it's like, hey, I already spent the cipher. At the end of the day, you know, I wasn't really going to spend those ciphers on anything else. So might as well spend it on something that I know I'm going to enjoy. than, you know, having to worry about that type of stuff. Anyways, we have a nice little loading zone here into potentially a cinematic, maybe even some more backstory and stuff. Ah, look at
Looks like
Cayde.
we're all done and dusted here, kiddos. Ramen's on me.
Man.
Looking pretty good down here. Just gotta check one last thing.
I don't really know how to commentate the cinematics, right? You know, it's like this is something we all just kind of get to watch and be like, oh, you know?
Cayde, he's gone. This isn't a prison riot. It's a prison break.
The airlock
Oh.
on Deck 0. It's the only way out this far down. They're going to escape.
Not if I get there first.
I just love Cayde's posing right there. I know, I'm a fanboy for Cayde. I know it's very obvious here. You guys can tell I'm a Cayde fanboy. I understand. But listen, I'm a fanboy for the right cause, okay? Now, am I really a true fanboy if I just now got the Ace of Spades this season instead of, like, a long time ago? Nah, we don't need to talk about it, okay? Not important. Mishmash. There he is.
Cayde!
I have such a vague memory of this because it's been so long since I've actually been able to play this mission. But it's like I remember some very small parts of it.
Never felt better. You see that, Petra? Petra? Guardian? Must have knocked out the comm relays with that spectacular landing. And cue the ominous music. Okay, everybody. Back in your cages. I said, back in your cages.
Man, just look at the fight. Look at it. Cayde is such a good character. I love him.
Yeah, that hurt.
Look at it. Feels so good just to be able to watch it again, right? You know, just be able to look at this and just see Cayde in action. It just feels so good. It's been forever. Like, last season, was it, that we got, like, his little, like, grave tombstone in the tower and everything where you can interact with it, hear little, like, voice logs and stuff? And now we're, you know, able to just, like, so shortly after, see him in action or play one of those old missions once again. It's just so wild to me. It also hurts though, seeing him just get beat up though.
That's it. Now I'm pissed. Oh, is that really all you got?
Uh, look at all of this. They're like, I don't even want to commentate it. It's just so beautiful on its own.
Cayde, Petra,
And there we go, back into the game.
come in, Cayde. Hey, welcome back. We fell at least 20 stories down, and I can't reach Cayde or Petra.
I'm coming, Cayde, don't worry. I'm coming, Munchkin. Yes, I called Cayde a Munchkin. I am a simp, I am aware. Don't worry about it, though. Oh, that was so weird to me. I was like, huh, what is the ball in the sky? But I completely forget, you know, I have Strand. This was an ability that technically didn't exist back then in the early days of Destiny. So doing this mission with Strand and weapons like, you know, what, like the SMG from the Witch Queen DLC or expansion, whatever you want to call it, yeah, that's not normal. Everything about this isn't the normal way anyone was ever supposed to be able to play this mission, but it's the way I'm playing this mission. And you know what? Who cares if it's not the normal way? It's still an interesting way. Gonna have to play with every single subclass. I'll try every single weapon if I have to. And of course, we gotta get the chest loot. We gotta get our free loot. And we got ourselves a kinetic weapon. Alright. Not anything too crazy to call home about, but at the same time, I wasn't expecting crazy.
Cayde's ghost. She's dead.
Whew. Yep. Cayde's ghost is dead. So this is like where the cutscene actually left off there. That was what we just kind of like witnessed and had happen in real time. Crow.
Well, this is awkward. You got a gun I can borrow?
No. But I do have a bullet with your name on it.
Any second now, my partner is gonna roll in here and kill every last one of you. And you, my man.
This is going to hurt. A lot.
I don't want to look. I don't want to look at it.
Words.
How's your sister?
I don't even have anything to say. I don't have anything to say, man. Just, man. Who knew I would sit here one day making a YouTube video where I get to play through the mission where Cayde dies again. And I would be able to watch
To
it.
Aldrin, Cayde was just an obstacle in his path. But to us, the loss of Cayde was devastating. It shattered our fire team and left the last city in mourning. Aldrin met his fate, but that wasn't the end of his story. He was resurrected by a ghost named Glint. and having no memory of his past, took on the name Crow. At
Yep.
first, the Vanguard tried to keep Crow in the dark about his past life and Uldren's crimes. But Crow is not Uldren. In time, we grew to understand that who someone chooses to be is more important than who they were.
Still miss Cayde though. So that is it, huh? That is that mission completed. Now, of course, we have to go through the rest of the missions and everything in order to get the Monte Carlo. Now, the other two missions and everything else that you're able to go through is, of course, going to be Crux of Stasis, where you get to peer into the past with Ikora to relive the moments when Guardians first welded the darkness. And then in Witch Queen, you actually are able to go here and peer through the past with Ikora to discover the truth about Savathûn. Now, they're basically the old missions, however, you do get a little bit of added lore and everything else. But man, just being able to go back and play the Cayde mission once again, that feels crazy. Now, another thing to mention before we end off today's video is something people were actually talking about with the collection book. So we are going to go over here to Flare and then seasonal shaders, I think. We're looking for a very specific shader. It has like a P in it or something like that. And now it's a placeholder image, but this shader is something that people were excited for, and just for the, everyone to be like, nope, that's not happening. So this right here, you see phosphorescent, right, or whatever else, and it's from completing Gambit matches. If we click on the shader, you won't be able to tell too much here with my glowing armor, so I will go ahead and change it for you guys real quick here. But that shader is a shader that people have been wanting for the longest time here. So if we go ahead, just switch my armor, what are we going to rock here? Let's go ahead and just rock, I don't even know. I'm like looking through here. Let's just go, you know what? Let's go for Fortnite, right? I'm a Fortnite content creator, so let's go ahead and put on the Fortnite armor, because that's a good example, I guess. We have the Fortnite armor, with my custom shaders, everything else kind of going on with it, and it has a whole entire black theme already. And of course, in the normal version, it has that black theme. However, in the shader I'm actually wearing, it's not that. But if we go all the way back here to this shader and we look at it, keep in mind the lights were glowing orangish red, right? But this is completely black. It's all black and white, right? Now, of course, the lights are glowing white, but then again, if we go back here and we go over to, not emotes, but if we go to shaders once again, or I guess, the appearance system, and we go ahead and put something else on, I'll go ahead and put, the Starfarers. Put that set on, because that is a set I don't really wear at all. I don't really wear this armor set in the game. I typically try to go with my other fashion, just being as much of a glow stick as possible. As you can see, I have this one little design going on here with that outfit, but if we go all the way back here to activities, we go all the way to phosphorescent or whatever, and we put it on black and white, and some silver. The whole entire point of this is that this is a black, like an all entirely black shader that you're able to put on armor. It is something that is apparently a Gambit reward, and as someone who sims for Gambit, loves the mode so much, this is something that I was like, I want to grind to get because it looks so cool, and I could go from either photo finish RGB glow stick to the entirely, darkened, kind of mysterious man out of nowhere. But of course, that does not appear to be the case, because according to Bungie over on their official account, what happened with that shader is that it had no image on it and it had no shader data. So if they were to release a shader without any shader data at all, that would be what we actually ended up would get in the game, right? Is the whole entire shader theme that a lot of people honestly have been wanting for the longest time, just being able to have the unique design going on for you. And they stated they're going to remove it, right? It's like, that'll be removed in the future update, but all the replies have basically been like, look, we get you going to remove it in the future update, but what if you kept it? Hear me out here. What if you kept it? Because, while it's cool to be able to, use certain armor pieces and everything else here, like I can go over here, put on the vest and everything of the Taken King and be a giant glow stick if I really wanted to. At the exact same time, sometimes you don't want to be a glow stick. You want to be the exact opposite, and you want to just be able to rock around as this mysterious, all black hunter or something. You want to have like your own little fit or design going on for you that kind of makes everything look all unique and makes it all mysterious and everything else. And it's like, sure, you might not be able to get that, but it's like, you know, people would take it. People would spend money for an all, you know, blank shader if they really had to, right? They would spend the money for it. And I mean, I would be one of the people who spend the money too. I'm not going to lie here, right? So with that said, will they end up, you know, keeping it in the game? Probably not. But, you know, we can always dream. We can always hope and pray that maybe one day the stars in the skies will align or something, and they will decide to give us the all black shader that we desperately want in the game. But with that said, this has been a very long episode. This has been a very long video on this YouTube channel. Hope you champs and champions enjoyed it. If you did, consider subscribing to support the content I create. I'm going to try figuring out what type of drip I want to wear on this account again, because, you know, I was going with like the super glowy stuff. Like I really just wanted to be a glow stick, right? That was the entire point of all of this, was just how much of a glow stick can I become? But I'm wondering if maybe I switch it up for the first time in a while and decide just to wear, you know, something completely different again. So I will figure that out. But I'll catch you champs and champettes next time with another video. Peace out.